What's happening, everybody? Her and I are over at the gym, and today is going to be kind of a continuation off of the beginner gym guide that I released last week. So if you have not seen the beginner gym guide and you are just starting out to go to the gym, definitely go check that out. I'll put it over here and I'll also put it in the description. If you are just starting out, make sure you go watch that because it's going to answer a lot of the questions that you may be having through this video if you are having any. Now, today we're going to be going to do what is called a push day. In the push day, we're going to be working chest, shoulder, and tricep. Over the next couple weeks, I'm not sure how quickly I'm gonna be able to get these videos out there, but I'm gonna release this push day, a pull day, and a leg day. You know, push is when you're pushing the weight away from you, pull is when the weight is coming towards you, and then legs are legs. We're gonna go warm up right now. I always like to start off a quick warm up, probably just like 5 minutes on the treadmill, but if you are going into the gym to do weightlifting, do not do your cardio before the weights. It's fine to go do a quick little warm up, but if you're gonna be doing cardio the same day that you're lifting weights, go lift weights first and then do your cardio after so you can spend all your energy on the weights.
Yeah.
Also, if you're interested in any of the gym equipment that you may be seeing me use or her use, I do have a what's in my gym bag video on my channel, which I will also link here and down in the description. So while her and I are warming up right now on the treadmill, I want to explain a few things. I'm going to go ahead and put up the routine on the screen now so you can take a screenshot of it and take it with you. But if you see something that may be too difficult for you right now, like it may be too many sets or it may be too much, feel free to, when you're just starting out, to maybe take off a few of the sets. Do what you can. As I said in the beginner gym workout routine, feel free to modify anything that you see. Like when I say that we're going to be doing dips, if you can't do dips, then feel free to go do assisted dips. Just in case you're curious about what I do for a warm-up, I just like to walk on the treadmill for maybe 5 to 10 minutes at a quick walk and then go do a couple light sets of whatever I'm going to be working that day, just to get everything moving, get the blood pumping, and feeling good. Now, Maria likes to grab bands to work out until she feels contact with her muscles. She always says that if she doesn't feel contact before the workout, that it's not a good workout. So she likes to really warm up, feel good, get the blood going into the muscles. And if that's what you have to do, go for it. There's several different things that you can do to warm up, like doing some lighter sets of what you're gonna be doing, and that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna go and do some light bench just to warm up and get everything feeling good. While I have no weight on the bar, I'm gonna show you guys a few tips of what you're gonna be doing with the barbell bench press. Now, as you see on the routine, I said barbell or dumbbell, so I'm gonna be showing you both. And when you're just starting out, it is much more comfortable to start out with dumbbells just because you won't have a bar above you. It's much less scary if you are scared of the bar that it's gonna fall on you or anything. But I also do have up these, and I use these, and most gyms are gonna have like a safety precaution that you're gonna be able to put up to where if you do need to drop the weight, you can drop them on these bars and not on yourself. There's gonna be a lot of mental cues that you're constantly gonna be thinking about when you're starting to learn to do exercises. So when you're going to do the bench, here's a few of the things that you're gonna have to remember. The biggest thing is that you're gonna be retracting your scapula. Your shoulder blades are gonna be going back and down, and your chest is going to be up. When I lay down, what I like to do is I like to retract my scapula down, bring my shoulder blades and dig them into the bench. And a big thing that you want to pay attention to is having a gap in between the bench and your lower back. You should actually be able to fit pretty much your hand in between your back and the bench. Now, this may be difficult when you're first starting out, but you want to work on having that gap. You're gonna want your hand placement to be a neutral hand placement. You don't wanna be too wide or too narrow. Your arms are gonna be coming down at a 45-degree angle with your body, and the bar is gonna be coming right below your nipples, right to your mid-chest. You wanna stay tight. Everything in your body needs to stay tight throughout the entire exercise. Another big thing to remember is that you want to be digging your feet into the ground when you're benching. You wanna be pushing your feet into the ground like it's almost sand and you're pushing your feet into the sand. That way you're gonna be activating your quads and making it to where you can have some leg drive to help push the weight up. This is still gonna be a warm-up for me. I like to do several warm-up sets. I start with lightweight and work my way up until I get to my working weight that I do for my real sets and reps. So I'm gonna go ahead and she's gonna record as I do this warm-up set so you can kind of start to see what it looks like as it gets heavier and heavier. Your form is number one. So if your form is getting worse and worse with the more weight that you're adding, you need to make sure that you're reducing the weight and getting form above the weight that you're pressing up. Now I am kind of over exaggerating the exercise right here, so you're gonna see me going up and down very quickly and I'm kind of locking at the top. You don't want to be locking your elbows when you have very heavy weight. That's gonna lead to you having some injuries, but the main thing is that you're bringing the bar down at a 45-degree angle with your arms. You don't want to be going high up. You're gonna hurt your shoulder. So I'm not gonna be recording every single set that we're doing during this workout, but I am gonna be recording every exercise so you can see what it looks like. It is gonna take a while for you to get used to the form. You have to continue to do it over and over for it to improve. You know, practice makes perfect. Now that I'm getting into my working sets, I want to quickly go over everything that I just talked about. As you can see, I just dug my shoulder blades into the bench, retracted my scapula, and put a gap in between my lower back and the bench, even though you can't really see it because I have a black shirt on. I'm digging my feet into the ground, creating a leg drive, and I'm bringing the bar down to my lower chest, right where my nipples are. My butt never leaves the bench. If your butt is coming off the bench, you need to reduce the weight because it's getting too heavy. Your butt should never leave the bench. Now I wanted to put this set in here just to show you what it would be like if you needed to drop the weight. What I do if I need to drop the weight is I take that gap out of my lower back, let my chest fall down, and then I could put the weight onto the rack. I do 5 reps here, and even though the exercise says to do 6 to 10, once I got to 5, I knew that if I went for another one, I was gonna drop it. So I wanted to show you anyways what it would look like if I did go for that 6th one right here. Of course, if you have a spotter, they can help you push through this last rep, but I just want to show that you can lift heavy. Don't be scared, just make sure you have up something safe. A lot of the same things are going to be going as barbell with the dumbbells. As you can see, she has a gap under her back that I can actually put my entire hand through. Her feet are dug into the ground. The weights are coming down at a 45-degree angle with her body, and they're coming down to about the mid-chest, exactly where she needs to be. Now you can see her doing isolateral movements, which means one arm at a time. That way she can feel every part of the muscle that she wants to work out working. It's a good warm up for her, it's what she likes to do, but what I'm about to show you right here is just how I like to set up. A lot of people have questions about how to get the dumbbell up over themselves in order to start doing the dumbbell bench press, so I'll show you what I do where I put it on my knees and how I kick the weight up. I place the weight on my knees, that way when I'm ready to go I can kick it up above me and get started. Now the same things are going to be going. When I put the weight above me, I want to put a gap in between my back and the bench. My butt needs to stay on the bench. Shoulder blades are going to be retracted, chest is going to be up. Same things as barbell, go with dumbbell. I absolutely recommend you switch things up. You do dumbbells one week, you do barbells the next week. It's gonna make it to where you're gonna work your stabilizing muscles a lot more with dumbbells. It's also gonna make sure that you're strengthening each side of your chest equally. If you're finding that one side of your chest is a lot weaker than the other, like you can probably get 2 more extra reps with your right side, but your left side, you just can't get it up, I definitely suggest that you hit up the dumbbells and start doing some isolateral movements like you saw Maria doing, where you're only lifting with your left side, making it to where you're gonna strengthen that.
Don't be afraid to look ugly, okay? If you're not looking ugly, you ain't doing it right.
She wanted to say that just to point out that if you are making faces or if you're grunting or something like that, it's not a bad thing. You need to be pushing yourself in the gym. You need to be making to where this is difficult. If you're just going through the motions, the results will show that all you did was just go through the motions. The next exercise we're gonna do is standing overhead press. Now you can do seated overhead press, however, when you're doing standing, you're activating and working your core. So it's something that all beginners and people that are just starting to work out need to focus on, is building and strengthening their core. A strong core will make everything you do a whole lot easier. Of course you can go and do ab workouts to strengthen your core directly, plank and crunches and wood choppers and all the other ab workouts. However, I kind of look at standing overhead press as like a free core exercise because it is amazing for your core as long as you are activating it. Your body needs to be upright. You can't be bending back and shaking all over the place. If your core is not strong enough to do a standing overhead press and keep your body still and upright, you definitely need to spend some time focusing, strengthening that core as much as you can. I really wanted Maria to be in this video with me just to show other women that may be scared of lifting weights that there is an extreme benefit to weightlifting. It helps so much with your weight loss. The more muscle mass you have, the more calories you can burn, and the quicker you can lose weight and avoid those plateaus. You know, she's in here not just going through the motions. She's making these last rep faces and she's grunting and she's trying because she wants to get the best results that she can. And you're gonna see her do this little thing where she bends at her knees to help push that weight up. You know, feel free to cheat every now and then on a few reps and then maybe reduce the weight on your next set. Another question that I get all the time that I definitely wanted to make sure that I fit into this video is how many times should you work out a muscle group a week? The answer to that is twice. That's why I'm showing you this push-pull legs workout, so that if you have 6 days a week to go to the gym, you could do push-pull legs, and then have one off day. If you're still only doing chest once a week or legs once a week, you are missing out on so much potential muscle growth. The next thing we're gonna be doing is gonna be incline dumbbell bench press. Now the few things that you need to keep in mind on this is not to have your hands way flared out. Your hands need to be above your shoulders. You don't wanna be bringing them way down. And of course your chest is gonna be up, your scapula is gonna be retracted, shoulder blades are gonna be back, just like you were doing on the flat dumbbell bench press. To clarify what I meant by having your hands above your shoulders, that just meant to not bring the weight super low and impinge your rotator cuff and possibly cause an injury very easily. So you want to be bringing it like if you were to have a bar connected to these dumbbells. You can't bring the bar through your chest, so you want to be bringing them right down to where your hands are above your shoulders. Once again, my arms are at a 45-degree angle with my body, and you don't have to be touching the weights at the top. You just want to be bringing them up and keeping constant tension on the muscle. As you can see, when she sets up, her feet are going to be dug into the ground. Her shoulder blades are retracted, scapula is back, and when she comes down, the hands and the arms are going down at a 45-degree angle with her body. Her hands are way not over here because this is going to cause shoulder injury if your arms are coming down right here. This is perfect. She's coming down at a 45-degree angle and everything looks solid. The next thing we're going to be doing is dips. Now there's a few different ways to do dips. If you're leaning forward a lot, you're going to be working your chest. But the dips that we want to do is where we're more upright, and that's going to work our triceps more. We're going to be keeping our elbows close to our sides and going straight up and down with keeping our body upright. When you are focusing on your tricep and doing dips, you want to make sure you're going down deep enough and extending fully at the top and contracting your tricep. You want to make sure that you're doing full reps, full range of motion. Don't follow people you see in the gym that are doing half reps on all these exercises and barely moving the weight. In order for her elbows to be in the correct position, she is going to have to change this closer so that it's going to work better for her and she doesn't cause any shoulder injury or anything. If you find it difficult to get into the correct position and it's too hard for you to do dips without assistance, absolutely feel free to find a machine like this where you can help yourself out. You can change the weight to make it easier or harder. You put your knees on and now she can get into the correct position for dips. She really doesn't like this. It doesn't feel right for her, so she much more enjoys to put a band under her knees, and it just feels more natural for her to be able to do it this way. She gets a better stretch, works it out more. You gotta find what works for you. If you're doing a machine or something in here that just is not comfortable or you don't like it, try other things that work the same muscle group. You know, experiment with things, move the band around, find what's comfortable for you and find what works. If you cannot do dips, even assisted, do not be discouraged. It took me a very, very long time in order to be able to do dips like you just saw me do. If you can't do dips with assistance, with a band, you just can't do dips at all, feel free to go find a different tricep exercise and do that. You can do overhead rope extensions, you can do close grip bench press. Find something that's going to work the triceps if you absolutely cannot do dips. Next thing we have is the pec fly machine. Something to pay attention to here is that you do not want your arms bent and bringing it together like this. You can even feel that right now sitting down is if your arm is bent and you bring it over to you, put your hand right here and then put your arm straight, do it again, and you will feel much more activation in your chest. So you want to be keeping your arms straight and bringing it in to where you can feel the inner chest working. I really hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. I've never done a video like this where I take you through the entire workout and show you each exercise and show you some nip slips, I guess is what's going on right now. But I really do hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you are, please be sure to drop a like. Let me know in the comments down below what you think so I can make it better for the next ones that I do. You know, my channel's always been more of a motivational channel, but I wanted to try something new, wanted to see what you guys think. So I hope you guys are enjoying it and make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Next thing that we're gonna do is going to be seated side dumbbell raises. Now, the reason we wanna do seated is just for you to stay in control of the weight. You're gonna go into the gym and you're gonna see people trying to do stuff like this and they're gonna be using their body weight to get it up, and that's crazy. With pretty much any exercise, you need to maintain and not use momentum. You want to be using the muscle that you're working, not throwing the weight around just to impress somebody. What you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to sit down, your chest is going to be up, your arms are gonna be straight down by your side, and you're gonna be lifting them up straight, right there. And you're gonna be squeezing at the top. Now, as you can see, I'm not trying to throw the weight up or do anything like this. This is not what you wanna do. You're not just trying to move the heaviest weight that you can, you're trying to actually make progress, and to make progress, you need to be working the muscle group that you wanna work. Your arms are not coming way up here or anything like that, just boom, parallel to the ground and down. Last thing we're going to be doing is a superset of rope press down into face pulls. Now what a superset is you're going to be doing 2 different exercises with no break in between. So we're going to do a rope press down, we're going to change the adjustment to do a face pull, and then we'll take a break. So I'm going to do both of these exercises separate so you can see what they look like, and then I'll do the superset together so you can see what that looks like. So the first one is going to be the rope press down. You're going to grab the rope. Now, once again, you do not want to be using momentum. You don't want to be trying to bring it down and use your back and do anything crazy like that. Your elbows are going to be staying in position. You're going to be tightening actually your bicep at the top of the movement, and then you're going to be working your tricep fully down at the bottom. So it looks like this. You're going to step back a little bit. You're going to be up at the top. You're going to come down and spread the rope open to where you can feel it in your tricep. Once again, you're gonna go to the top and down, top and down. When you're doing the rope press down, the cable is gonna be all the way at the top. When you're gonna do face pulls, you're gonna bring the cable down to upper chest to eye level. So around right here is perfect for me. The cable is gonna be coming right at about my eye level. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab the rope underhand position. You're gonna step back. You're going to extend your arms. And when you're coming back, your hands are gonna rotate towards your ears. So you're gonna be going here, and then your hands are gonna rotate towards your ears. So hands are here, rotate. This is going to be a superset. You're gonna be doing those 2 exercises back to back. So we're back with the cable to the top. You're gonna be starting off with the rope press down. As I said, the most important part about the rope press down is that you are not using momentum. You are not swinging your body. Your elbows are staying in place and you're just using your tricep to move the weight. And then changing the cable and going directly into the face pull. Something you can think about when you're doing this is that you're trying to like flex your biceps. You're doing like this double bicep pose and you're focusing on contracting your rear delt. This is an amazing rear delt exercise and you definitely want to make sure that you are hitting your rear delts and not just forgetting about them. A lot of people are lacking with their rear delts because their front delts are overdeveloped from doing a lot of bench pressing and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed that and I hope it gave you some more ideas of some stuff you could do around the gym. And as always, if you have any questions about weight loss or any of that kind of stuff, I will have the link to my weight loss top videos in the description. I've been putting that in the past few videos. So if you haven't seen any of those videos and you're curious about some weight loss questions, definitely go check those out. And if you're still watching, you're still sticking around, you must have enjoyed the video a little bit. So take 2 seconds for me, go on down, drop a like. It really helps me out. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.